Hello, it's me again.
Hello, it's me again. Let's paint the baby. Okay, so we got the paint from the other day still in here. Separated, so I'm going to mix it up. Put a little bit more in here. I got Aaron out because I tried painting hair. I didn't like it. I took it off. I tried brown. I don't like that. So we're going back to blonde this time. I'll try. This is my chalk. I like this hairline a little bit better on her, I think. We'll see. I really want to start using heat set paint with the hair, but I still need to practice because I like the fact that I can strip off the air dry with alcohol and it doesn't affect doesn't take my varnish off, my heat set varnish. As long as I don't use anything stronger than the alcohol, it doesn't come off. I mean, you have to be careful. You can't just continually strip it off. It will eventually start to affect it, but I took it off twice and there's nothing, so. Okay, so we got the chocolate milk here. I'm gonna put a little bit of, man, this has got lots of dry paint on it. I need to peel that off. I'll put a little bit of ultramarine blue in. And get it all over my fingers. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put like, we're gonna come out. I didn't want to end up with a big glob, so. Yeah. There's a little bit. Make sure it's all mixed in together. I'm gonna put a little tiny bit more. And make a mess. There we go. That's better. So it's just a little bit darker. So, let me make sure there's no. I did his details with powders. You guys can do them. You know, you can do them with powder. You can do it with powders. You can do it with paint. So see, I did the creases and the hands. So I made the hands all pink, and then I sealed all my powders in. I think I'm going to move her head. I don't want to get anything on her head. Put you down here on top of my resin stuff. I was wondering, would you guys want to, like, watch me do eyes or watch me play around with resin? It's up to you. You guys would rather me just do doll stuff, I can do that too. The little feeties. Okay. So, since he looks like kind of yellowish, I'm going to go ahead and go over his face. They have veins on him too. Around the lips. I got a little bit on his lips. And I'm going to go over his ears with this layer because he still looks kind of yellow. Right here. Where's my little pouncer? Forgot to get it out. I'll have to get it out. So I'm bouncing in with the wet brush. What will be my wet brush. And then I'm going to pounce off with the dry one, and I need my little one to get the details. Hoping to get some of my Temu stuff and my resin from Alibaba. I bought more Temu stuff for my house. I needed like a little, shoot, there it is, okay. I needed like a little cupboard, like a plastic cupboard for my towels and sheets. I got that. Okay. Make sure this is all pounced in really good. We start to get a little bit darker. I have a hair. I need to spring clean this house. Dust everywhere. Little dust bunnies. I need a lot of help when I spring clean because it's kind of hard for me to do a lot. Good thing I have my son here and I have my daughter here. And poor Maddie's sick right now, but she's getting better. She's had like a cold, and a sore throat and everything. Okay. There we go. Oh, there's another hair. Come here, you. Doesn't want to come off. Great. I've smeared my paint. There we go. I saved it. There's a little spot there, but nothing I can do about it. I need another stick because these ones have powders on them. There's long hair right here. I just can't get a hold of. There we go. There's two of them. Okay. Now I got them. And I'm going to show you how I do the limbs this one time, and then you'll know to like go around the hand, the palm of the hands and the fingers and stuff. Since he's a little tiny baby, I'm going to leave his fingers somewhat pink. There we go. So he's getting darker. I might put a little bit of red in the next layer that we do, but okay, I'll go ahead and show you the arm, I guess. Okay. So we're just going to go up to the wrist. I don't think I'm going to go on the back of his hand. Make sure we get everywhere. Okay, so you guys get the gist of what I do. So I'm just going to leave the hand, and maybe I might do some more blushing on the hand and stuff, but later. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's been a couple days. So far I have done, I did 3 washes of that same color. Except I went around the ears and of course around the mouth. And on the last one, I avoided this little T-zone here. So I'm trying to feather that into it. And I also went and washed him just to remove some of the debris and hairs. There's one stuck right here I'm going to get rid of. Also, I found this brush. This is one of my new brushes, and it's pretty dense as long as I don't like press it down really hard. It works pretty good. So I've decided that I don't, you see how he's starting to look kind of muddy. I want to put, I'm going to use the Anthraquinidone Blue and Burnt Umber Light and probably a tiny bit of the red this time. Make a different wash. I'm going to show you the hands and feet. And you can see they look pretty pale because what I'm going to do is when I do the varnish, I'm going to put some red in the varnish and go over the hands and feet so they look more red. Probably just the top of the feet, and I'll leave the bottom. I might do a little bit more blushing. It looks pretty good though. I like it. Okay. So let's go ahead and mix this up. Get that hair off of there. So like with golden, you can after it's dry, you can stick it under the water and kind of wash it off to get, you know, any like leftover like product or debris off of it. I'm just going to mix up a little blob of that. Ooh, that's probably too much blue. Let's see, I'm going to take some of that out. Doop doo. I think I have some. Where it goes? There. Okay. It's a bubble. Okay. I might take a little bit more out. Let's see, what can I use? I'm just going to use a little brush. Grab some of it. There we go. I think that looks better. I don't think we need more than that. Remember to wash that. Missed the garbage. Okay. And I'll just put a little bit of, because a lot of the yellow is coming through. That's what makes it look kind of muddy. I'm going to put a little bit of this red in here. So that's what we got. So it's burnt umber light, alizarin crimson blue, alizarin crimson hue, and anthraquinone blue. Oh. That looks good. Looks nice and rich and brown. That mixes up a lot nicer. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, it looks kind of, it looks like chocolate milk too, but it looks a little nicer. It mixes up nicer. Less little, I don't know what it is about the ultramarine blue, but it just doesn't seem to want to mix very well. All right, let's see how this works out. I did take what do you call it? Need to soften this up a little bit. I took like a cotton pad, and a wet cotton pad, and I washed some of this off, but like I said, I can't wash these brushes. I just need new ones. And since I'm using this one now, it helps. I'm going to bypass the, that looks much better. I'm going to bypass the ears here. Maybe I'll leave some off the chin this time. This is my wet brush. I'll show you this one. I need to kind of feather this back a little bit. I had to check, make sure I was in the frame. That would have been annoying. Okay, this looks nicer. Go around the ears here and around the chin. Okay, that looks good. Still needs a couple more layers, but he's looking good. Okay. That looks good. I might put a little bit on his eyelids later, but not yet. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep it right here. I don't know. We'll see how he looks. I might go over his face at the very end with the darker color. But I like the way it looks right now, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I'm going to do his arms and legs. I'm going to avoid the hands completely, the backs and the palms. So I'll be back. Okay, so I did 3 more layers. I did his lips and everything. And on the last couple ones with the brush that still had a little paint over, I went over the face a little bit. I also went around his ears in places you can see it's darker there. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to varnish him because there's going to be some dark paint in his varnish as well. So that'll even out his skin tone and make him look a lot nicer. I'm going to show you his limbs in just a minute, but I put a little more yellow under his eyes and on his nose, on the ball of his nose with pan pastel, and I looks like I sealed in a little hair right here. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. There we go. And yeah, I sealed that in. I did his lips with mostly paint. You can see that over there. my little lid over here. And I also did a little bit of powders on the inside. So yeah, there he is. So he'll look better after I get him varnished, because it's hard with the darker air dry paint. It still looks good, but it'll look nicer and more finished with the. So here's his hand. I went ahead and went over the back of his hand once with the darker color. You can see. I don't know if you can see. And like I said, I'm going to use a red mixed in with the varnish. Kind of brush off the limbs to get like debris and stuff off. Yeah, so I did 3 more layers of that. Almost used it all. And I did the same on the top of the foot, but I'm going to go over that with a red paint in the varnish. I think I might use the, I got some BC brown. It's called Night Brown. I might try mixing that up and see how it looks. Okay. So there he is, and I'll be back with the last video. Will be varnishing him, so I'll show you how we can finish him off. I will probably wash him again, like with just water. Go over the limbs, make sure I get all the little dust and hairs out, because every little thing will show up on really dark skin, so you have to be ultra careful. Okay, so I'm going to clean up this mess. Okay, so again, when we come back, we'll do all the varnishing, because, you know, he looks really shiny. So, be back next week. If you guys like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe, and go get an authentic doll kit, like little Chardin by Joylyn Wong. Her new baby's coming out soon too. And get paint and all the things you need to paint a reborn. Or you can find an artist who makes only authentic reborns and collect because it's fun. Okay, bye.